Nigga!
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. This is Kevin Harlan. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Miller is out there with Lawson. Then there's Kenneth Faried. Then it's Chandler. And it's Brewer in at the 3 spot. And for Chicago, Damian Lillard out there with Brandon Roy. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then there's Batum. And it's Duckworth in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And it's Chicago to start out. Lillard from outside. Wilson Chandler with the rebound.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
This is his first free throw of the game. The first free throw is good. Brewer hits them both. Lillard with it. Duckworth a screen on Lawson. Lillard from outside. Here's Duckworth. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
To me, success inside is all about effort and savvy. That's nicely done.
Miller outside. Over in the corner. Chandler. Back to Miller. And there's the block. Just stops it cold and takes possession. Here's Batum. Fouled on the shot. Picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Now you see Batum's experience on display right there. Not only draws the foul, but makes the shot and will go to the free throw line.
Here's Denver now. It's a 3-point game. Miller kicks to Lawson. From outside, off the mark. Roy, that's a 2-pointer. Chandler with the rebound. Here's Lawson. That ball's nice feed that time from Chandler.
Good to see him playing downhill like this, moving forward with purpose.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Now, here is Miller. Chandler outside. Back to Miller. Clock at 6. Faried a screen on Lillard. The shot's good from Lawson.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Roy a screen on Lawson. Pass to Roy. 20 feet out, and the basket is good.
A guy like this, with the skill set he's got, you can keep the defenders guessing.
Miller against Roy. Stolen by Roy. And here comes the break. Here's Batum. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Yeah, look at Nick Batum get out in the open floor and finish ahead in transition. That is nice.
Miller surveying the floor. Faried trying to get open. And Andre Miller with the bucket on the assist by Faried.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
Chandler with a screen for Lawson. With some arc. Chandler, no good.
Well, he did everything right till he got to the rim. He needs to finish that.
The shot from the low post is good.
Nice possession, working it for a great look.
Denver trails by 5. Faried a screen on Lillard. 3-pointer, Lawson, and it's Chicago with the rebound. This one for 3. Another three for Chicago.
A downright lethal three-point threat. Lillard is someone defenders must stay attached to if they want to have any impact.
And here's a timeout now from George Karl. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Up going with the new group. The Nuggets also changing it up. Miller comes in for Kenneth Faried. Davis is subbed in for Ty Lawson. Miller, the pass to Miller. Throws it up high, and it's Brewer finishing it off.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Short, that's good.
Oh, nice job executing inside. Sharp's confidence is what makes him such a dangerous player.
Outside, Davis. Here's Chandler. Scoreless thus far. Back to Davis. In the corner, it's Brewer. Denver needs to get off a shot. There's Miller with the three. It's rebounded by Ryder.
And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Miller outside, 18 feet out. Chalk up two there. And Chicago has possession. 6-point lead. Got it up. What a play! Simply cranes it in at the buzzer.
And give him credit. Good awareness of the time remaining.
And to me, the way you end quarters impacts how you end the game. It can go a long way between a W or an L.
And so it's Chicago in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We've got more in store for you right after this. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
So with Lawson sitting on the bench, here's the group that George Karl has on the floor. They've got Miller, Henderson out there with Chandler. Then there's Kenneth Faried, and it's Brewer in at the shooting guard. And here's Miller following the three from Kevin Durant. Miller outside, and finished off by Faried.
And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim. The offensive rebound. Jack with the bucket.
It's just certain guys have a nose for the basketball. I don't think you teach that. Great second effort there.
Pass to Brewer. On the wing, Chandler. Miller outside to the inside. Faried. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two.
And really the defense fouling there is to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
The Nuggets shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. And so George Karl decides to call a timeout. He's ready to talk things through with them. Kevin Duckworth is checked in for Chicago. Ty Lawson, he's checked in for the Nuggets. free throw, no good. And he sinks the second. Chicago leading by 8. The three from KD. That's in, coming off the assist from McCollum. Durant's got 6 here in this quarter. Lawson's against McCollum. Lawson right side, and he makes good on the layup. Lawson's got 7.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
And it's in there. McCollum's got the lead up to 11 now for Chicago.
And over the years, McCollum has become one of the more reliable scorers in our league.
Tips it, and it's put back in by Fareed. He has 5.
What an effort to get the tip in, just wanting it a little bit more.
And here's Sharp. KD on the wing. Another 3 for Chicago.
This is one of the best to ever do it. Simply stated, Durant is lethal from behind the arc, and the efficiency is incredible.
Now, here is Lawson. 7 points in the game. Chandler outside. Lawson with it. Now defended by McCollum. Clock at 4. Here's Miller. Nice D from Durant. Chicago leading by 12. Here's Sharp. Kenneth Fareed pulls it in. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Lawson the pass to Brewer. Can't get it to fall. So it's Chicago now. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Ryder, good.
I tell you have to see the window and then deliver the basketball on time. That's a pretty pass.
Miller, the pass to Fareed. Now here's Lawson. Pass to Miller. The leaner. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. 1:20 left now here in the second. Sharp on the wing. Offline with his 3. Denver trails by 12. Now, here is Lawson to the middle. Here's Fareed. And the dunk by Fareed.
And you're not going to get an easier deuce than that. Straight to the basket.
Now McCollum. There's 47 seconds left in the second quarter. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. And Chicago leads by 12. It's stolen. KD with it. Now Lawson defending. Here's Wright.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. Now, here is Lawson. He's got 7. Pass to Miller. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. It's Fareed, top of the key. The Nuggets moving the ball around. From the wing. Now Brewer. Here's the 3. No good. Shot missing. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for Chicago. He delivered 9 points from three-point range that quarter. Terrific work from distance. And we'll be right back after this. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. So with Durant sitting on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor. Nurkic is out there with Aminu. Then there's Batum. Then there's Anthony Edwards. And it's Lillard in at the point. Fareed, a screen on Lillard. Unloads from 9. He's off on that one. Great D that time from Nurkic. Batum inside the three-point line. Had the space there, but it's offline. Denver trails by 14. Here's Lawson. Banked in off the glass. Lawson's got 9.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Here's Miller after the basket by Yusuf Nurkic. Brewer the pass to Chandler. Miller right side. Out to Chandler. Tries to keep it alive. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Aminu. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway.
You just will not outcompete. Lillard plays the game with such passion. Game coming up big on defense. Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
And here's Miller after Damian Lillard was able to get the 3 to go. The shot's good from Fareed.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
One of the things I admire most about Nick Batum is how consistently he gives effort through 48 minutes. Plays with his head in the game and giving his all-out effort every play.
First one falls for him. And both free throws good for Nicholas Batum. And so George Karl decides to call a timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
O'Neal's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Here is Lawson. He's got 9. Pass to Fareed. Chandler scanning the floor. Lawson from outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from Chandler.
Boy, what a clinic on where to keep the basketball in pick-and-roll play.
And again, Chicago, no good. And so Miller will bring it up for the Nuggets. They trail by 14. Down low, here's Fareed. And Fareed throws it down.
Might be undersized for a 4, but that vertical more than makes up for it.
Here's Aminu. Lays it up and banks it in. And Chicago leads by 14.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Lawson's against Lillard. Lawson dishes to Fareed. 5 on the clock. Pass to Chandler. A 3 ball. And it's Chicago with the rebound. 17 points was their biggest margin. Minu finds Batum. For 3, Edwards. It's rebounded by Lawson. Denver trails by 14. And here is Brewer. Lawson with a screen on Aminu. Pass to Miller. Floats one. O'Neal with the defensive effort. Diversified scoring in this one for him.
I love when everyone can get involved, a full team effort.
Now, here's Brewer. Aminu missing his last shot. Lawson kicks to Miller. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Lawson the pass to Miller. Chandler outside. The three. Batum grabs the miss. Chicago leading by 14. The 17-footer. Count it. Batum's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, Nick Batum entered the league back in 2008. He knows how to exploit what the defense gives him. You can see the mid-range, he'll take it.
Back to Lawson. Pass to Miller. Fareed setting the pick for Miller. Over Edwards. And again, Denver no good. Over Miller. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Edwards got his first bucket in this one. Here's Brewer. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. It's Chicago. They lead by 18. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. Quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Chicago leading by 18. So on the floor for Denver. Davis is out there with Chandler. And it's Andre Miller. Then there's Kenneth Fareed. And it's Brewer in at the two-guard position. 6 to shoot. Here's Lillard. And that one hits back iron. Denver trails by 18. Brewer with the ball. Guarded now by Shaq. Miller outside. Fareed setting the pick for Miller. Batum with the steal. Pass break. Here comes Chicago. And there's Edwards on the assist by Aminu. Edwards got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Chicago. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for Chicago?
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
And their fast break has also been a key metric in this one. They have had a significant advantage in transition over the course of this game.
Both teams will make substitutions. And Denver has possession. Miller dishes to Collins. Pass to Chandler. Back to Collins. Fareed, a screen on McCollum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's slammed in by Fareed.
You just gotta love that. Not much prettier than a perfectly timed alley-oop.
Fires the three. Nurkic can't hit. Denver trails by 18. Brewer with the ball. Here's Fareed. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
Boy, he's been lights out. You want to talk about an efficient offensive game. Wow.
Roy from outside. And again, no good by Chicago. Denver trails by 16. Nurkic with the block.
Boy, that's great anticipation by Yusuf Nurkic. He saw what they were trying to do and snuffs it out.
Duckworth a screen on Collins. And Brandon Roy good for 3.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Well, you know this. This is a guy who's looking for his shot the whole time. You have to know who you're guarding. KYP, know your personnel.
And here's a timeout now from George Carl. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Ty Lawson, he's checked in for Denver. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Brewer finds Lawson for 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Duckworth's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Ryder. The three-pointer off the mark. Denver trails by 19. On the wing, Miller. pass to Lawson. Stolen by McCollum. Here's Ryder, covered by Miller. Good work there as it goes. And Chicago leads by 21.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
That is the competitiveness he brings to the table. Every night you're going to get great effort from him.
Outside Roy. Nurkic the pass to Duckworth. Outside Roy. And the three off target. Denver trails by 21. Here's Miller. Outside for Lawson. Lets it fly. Chicago grabs the miss. Nurkic has got 6 rebounds in the game. Ryder, then the pass to McCollum. Ryder, good.
You have to be assertive off the catch. The defense doesn't have time to react.
Pass to Brewer. Miller outside to end the run. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul. Second.
And he knocks down the first one. Big group substitution here for Denver. Miller's checked in for Kenneth Faried. Davis comes in for Chandler. Henderson's checked in for Brewer. And it's Brown in for Ty Lawson. Now here's Roy. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. A three-pointer is right on target.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, I'm Kevin Harlan. We appreciate you joining us for tonight's game. We'll see you next time.
Ladies and gentlemen.